Today's episode is for the woman who is telling the story that she's not supported in the world. Oh my goodness. You want that next level of income in your business. You want to manifest more money. You want to manifest the love of your life. You want to call in what you desire. And you're telling that story. The world doesn't show up for me. The world abandons me. The world doesn't take care of me. If you can relate to this, then you and we're living the same life, girl. We are in the same boat. So this year, I have spent a lot of time working through my abandonment wounds regarding humanity and this really strong, unsupportive belief, this fear that I'm going to create success in my business. I'm going to increase my income. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get that. And then it's all going to stop. People are going to stop buying from me. My courses aren't going to sell anymore. People are going to refuse to pay me. It's all going to be over. I'm going to nosedive into the pits of hell. I will be a failure. My business will fail. Dun, 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 right? I was just sitting here doing my journaling, doing my money mindset work. And I was having epiphany after epiphany. I realized that I've been abandoning myself by underestimating myself. I have been underestimating myself. And I let myself get away with not doing all that I could do because I was underestimating myself. And as a consequence of underestimating myself and as a consequence of not doing all that I could do to reach my goals, I wasn't reaching all of my goals. Have I been reaching goals? Yes, of course I have. We talk about it all the time. Have I been getting what I want? Yes, of course I have. We talk about it all the time. But is there a pair of Mocky Mock heels in my closet right now? No, there's not. No, there's not. I'm not going to cry. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't cry about it. But it doesn't make me happy. It doesn't make me happy. I don't have the wardrobe of my dreams. You guys don't understand how fashionable I am. Yes, you guys give me compliments. You tell me that I'm beautiful. I do agree. My fashion is fabulous from what I am able to express today. I also just went shopping lately. I'm so excited to put those outfits on. Anyway, focus. Divas, we must stay focused. I am not half as well dressed as I should be. Do you understand what I'm saying? I look good. I was always going to do that because that's just how I am. You know? But do I have all of the fashion tools in my physical reality at my disposal to be dressed in the way that I want to dress in alignment with my heart and my soul? No, you have no idea what my soul looks like. You have no idea. My soul is gorgeous. You don't get it yet. It's okay, but you will. So, what am I really talking about? What do I really mean? We have to take this back about 2 weeks. I want to say for like the past 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, I don't remember. In the month of July, I don't remember when it started, but I got it in my mind. I need to be posting a pick a card reading once a day. I need to be posting a pick a card reading once a day, and I need to be doing my money mindset journaling once a day. Because in the podcast episodes, which, by the way, you're not going crazy, this is a second podcast episode in the same week. And although technically I'm recording this on Friday at 2:22 a.m., hello, angel number, it's still my Thursday because I haven't gone to bed. So in my mind, I'm still meeting my own deadline. We're getting back on track. So anyway, I started posting, I started going live, and also doing my money mindset journaling. In previous podcast episodes throughout this year, I've been telling you guys, shit has been challenging for me financially. Not because I can't have sales, not because I can't reach my goals, not because the tools that I give you and the tools that I teach in my courses don't work anymore, but because, hold on, I'm going to make this mic more sensitive because I just want to be sure that you can hear me. So if you need to like pause and like lower the volume, then like do that. Okay. I feel like that's good. Okay. Anyway. So where are we? What was I just saying? Shit. Okay, I was posting for 2 weeks. I was doing my money mindset. I've been making the podcast episodes. I've been telling you guys that shit has been challenging for me this year. Not because the tools don't work, but because I was really terrified financially. I just turned 26 years old, so then I got off of my mom's insurance, and then I'm freaking out about what insurance I'm going to get on and how much insurance is going to cost, and then like vision because blind, and like dental is different from all of those things, and it's just like expenses are adding up, and then I'm paying these tax bills and things that I was behind on, and it's just like my monthly expenses increased like back to back to back. My business expenses increased, my personal expenses increased, and I just was like, whoa, like I'm freaking the fuck out. I have no idea how I'm going to do this. I have no idea if this is going to work. And in those moments, I did not do what I teach you guys to do. Yes, I've been taking care of myself enough. Yes, money has been consistent. Yes, I have, women enrolled in courses and clients and payment plans. So you know what I mean? Like there's been consistency in the income, even when I was freaking out, which like, yay, thank you God. But I wasn't doing everything that I know to do. And we can talk about what happens when our nervous systems get activated. But I don't want to go there. And why don't I want to go there? Because we've talked about it a million times, and inside of my course, I Can and I Should, we talk about what it looks like and feels like when your nervous system is activated and when you're in the flight versus the fawn versus the freeze. You know what I mean? Like what those means and what those states mean and how I would go about moving through each of them and coming back into your power, right? So there's resources available for you around that, but I want to talk about the fact that I have been underestimating myself, and I didn't even realize it. I've been freaking out, really in so much survival mode for like the beginning of the year. Now it's August 1st. Hallelujah. Finally, I'm like, okay, things are leveling out. Now we're back on the up and up path. Solutions have been coming in over the past several months. then the past couple of months and weeks have been about me regulating my nervous system again, gearing back up, locking back in, showing back up for myself, and moving things forward and upwards once again. You know what I mean? Like, that's been my journey this year. Shit was crazy. But how did I learn that I was underestimating myself? I decided that I wanted to post every single day in the month of July. Now, what you need to know is that at the end of the month in June, I was feeling really defeated, really overwhelmed, like I'm not making enough in my business to be satisfied and taken care of. Like, I want different things to change, and just like, I just need a break. I'm just feeling exhausted. Maybe I just need a minute to do nothing. Last year in 2024, I did take a break. I took like June and July basically off. I didn't do anything. I was journaling every single day. I was scripting. I had like 18, 20 questions that I answered every single day of me scripting, tapping into the vibration of receiving my desires. And then by the end of the summer, I was posting more pick a card readings again. That my channel's going up, and great things are happening. So that was me last year. This year, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I need to just take another summer vacay. Maybe I need to just do nothing. But something really interesting happened. I had made the choice and decision. I was like, okay, starting in July, I'm just going to take a break. I have a podcast. I have a season 3 of the Naked and Noisy podcast finale recorded that never got posted. Like, I was ready to take a complete fucking break and just sleep and just do nothing and just watch Gilmore Girls and really just feel sorry for myself. I have a habit of running away, avoiding taking action towards my goals and the things that I want, because I'm telling the story that I can't do it. I'm telling the story that I'm not going to be supported. So I decided I wasn't going to do anything for the month of July. And then I'm like having a conversation with my spirit team, angels, ancestors, spirit guides. And the conversation is basically James Brown playing in my head. Get up. You need to get on up, diva. You need to show up and you need to take action. Now is actually not the time to rest. Now is the time to show up and fight for what you want. So, long story short, that's what ends up happening. I start posting every single day. I start doing my money mindset work every single day. Now, a couple months ago, I hosted the Independent Bitch Bootcamp. And every single day for 29 days, I gave the women in the group 9 questions to shift their money mindset. 3 to uncover their subconscious beliefs. 3 to debunk the subconscious unsupportive beliefs that came up. And then 3 questions to script and tap into the financial reality and experience of their desire. I had the Independent Bitch Bootcamp questions. I did not complete all of the Independent Bitch Bootcamp questions and all that stuff. I said, you know what? Let's take it back to the IBB. Let's jump into those questions and let's shift the fuck out of this money mindset. I just got in a funk. And I let my fear run the show. I just felt so overwhelmed. And we've talked about it in past episodes, and I'm not going to beat myself up over it. It's the past. It's gone. It's not coming back. That's okay. We're here now. And every single day, we make a different, better feeling choice. We show up for ourselves. We fight for ourselves. So, okay, I'm posting every single day. I'm doing my journaling work. As I'm doing my journaling work and I'm tapping in, of course, the results are showing up powerfully in my physical reality. Number one, the results can always come and show up quickly for us, especially when we start doing the work to get out of our own way, tell a new story, tap into the vibration of money coming into our lives. The results can always come in quickly. But one of the reasons why the results started coming in really quickly for me is because I've been doing the money mindset work for years. So I have some supportive money mindset beliefs that are cemented and pretty strong, but I just slipped back into that old state for a little while. And that's okay, because I got back up on that horse and I'm like, okay, I know what to do. I know how to shift energy. So then the results start coming in quickly. I did an extended reading on YouTube, an extended explicit reading on my YouTube channel, a pick a card reading, and that one video got me $1,000, 100 sales, and it was like dozens of people coming in back to back to back to back. I was like, yes, yes. So now I'm back in the experience of at least one sale a day in my business. Now I'm back in the experience of multiple sales a day. Now I'm back in the experience of money being deposited into the accounts and money stacking up in the accounts. And thank you, God. Now I'm back to what feels like normal to me, which is so good. I also realized that I've kind of been hitting an upper limit. I've been having a really good time in my business, really good time financially, reaching goals and goals and goals. I had back in April or May, I can't remember which one it was, but it was either April or May. I had one sale a day, at least one sale a day coming into my business. That was humongous. I have been scripting for that shit for a very long fucking time, okay? When I was definitely not having at least one sale a day in my business, I was tapping into that energy. And then it's like I accomplished that, and then I had a low month afterwards, and it didn't really click for me that, like, girl, you're living out your dreams, you're reaching your financial goals. A part of you is also freaking out because you're reaching your financial goals, and you still have to normalize this, that it's okay that this is happening, that you're safe. It was like a double homicide situation where I had myself freaking out because of my increasing expenses, and then also me freaking out because my dreams are manifesting, my desires are manifesting, my business is increasing, I'm getting dozens of sales, I'm getting hundreds of sales. Women all over the world are purchasing from me and loving my work, and I have, women that are buying from me and then they come back and they buy again and all of this stuff, right? So I wasn't really realizing and understanding everything that was going on. I was just freaking out. So now let's talk about, I'm posting every single day now. And that was an expansion for me. I don't know that I have ever had an experience where I was doing like a pick a card reading every single day. There was a couple of years ago, maybe in 2023, where I did an entire month, like in October or November, and I was doing an audio drop every single day for 30 days. And that was amazing. But that's different from me doing a pick a card reading, which is me channeling information, me tapping in and using my psychic gifts, which does take energy. So I'm here and I'm challenging myself. And the first couple of days were really interesting because I started to lose my voice. I was speaking in a recording for more time and more hours than I had ever really done back to back. I say it all of the time. I don't know if you guys believe me, but I do not talk that much in real life. Like, not in real life, but like personally, outside of my business. When I feel like talking, I record a podcast episode, or I record a pick a card reading or something like that. Maybe I spend a lot of time laughing and stuff like that, but just me sitting down and just talking for hours straight, that was like a challenge for me. And so that was like one of the first bumps that I hit of like, okay, I'm kind of losing my voice a little bit today. So I'm going to have to whisper a little bit, or I'm going to have to get some tea and sip on that between piles and all of that stuff. But I challenged myself and I pushed myself. And now, on my like third week of doing this, or my second week of doing this, I don't know, time doesn't exist, but I'm ending out another week of doing pick a card readings every single day. And now doing a reading a day just feels normal to me. Do I feel more tired on the weekends? Yes. Am I no longer having an experience where I'm able to like work through the weekend? Yes. Well, no, I'm not having that experience. You know what I mean? And that actually feels really good. It feels good to have a structure and a routine in my business where I am utilizing and exerting my energy Monday through Friday, and on Saturday and Sunday I need to rest and I need to recuperate and I need to chillax and I need to have that personal me time. Like, that feels really good to me. That feels like normalcy to me. That feels like structure to me. That feels like support to me. And that's really the conversation that we're having right now. I felt like the world was not supporting me. I felt like the world was not showing up for me. I'm doing this, I'm trying this, but nobody's buying. Or, I'm sending out emails and nobody is buying this particular offer, or they haven't bought this course yet. It's not working for me. I'm not going to, receive my desires, and maybe I can't get what I want. So I was really just experiencing this challenge mentally, where I was feeling unsupported by the world and I really felt like a victim. And at the same time, I did not see that I was not supporting myself. So as we come to the end of this 2 weeks of me showing up for myself, 3 weeks, whatever, as I'm coming to the end of this next week of me showing up and doing the videos every single day, at least once a day, I have got the intuitive hit of like, okay, and now it's time to take it up a notch. At first I thought, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna, do this one video a day thing. I'm gonna take it to the end of July, and then in August, I'm going to maybe like take a break for like a week or blah, blah, blah. But no, I get the intuitive hit, I get the nudge, I get the feeling, I get the inclination of like, okay, and next what you need to do is get out another podcast episode this week. I've been wanting to upload a second podcast episode for you guys since Monday. I was going to talk to you about love and relationships, but it's fine. This episode is really good, and what the other thing will probably turn into like an email or something. But the point is, I get the intuitive nudge, I get the desire, I get the inkling of like, we want another podcast episode to come out in the week. I had not been doing my podcast episodes every Monday and Thursday, which had been my normal for a really long time, because I was tired and exhausted and I didn't feel like it and blah, blah, blah. So I didn't. And when you're the CEO of your business, there's nobody outside of you saying that if you don't do this, you're going to get fired. When you're a solopreneur, when you're the boss, there's nobody telling you that if you don't do this, you're going to get fired. And I really love this understanding, because it's not just about business. It's also about your life in general. You might have a boss in your job that's telling you, if you don't do this, you're going to get fired. But also, you're like the CEO of your own life, right? There's nobody outside of you, or at least there shouldn't be somebody outside of you that's an authority over you that's telling you, if you don't get up and go to the gym, you're fired. If you don't get up and do XYZ different thing, you're going to have XYZ negative consequence and you're going to be in trouble. There's no boss outside of you telling you that if you don't get enough fucking fiber, you're getting your ass beat at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You have to be the biggest boss. I'm learning lessons, incredibly valuable lessons about discipline right now. I have to be the boss. I have to be the boss in my business. I have to be the boss in my personal life. And so I've been pushing myself and expanding and growing and challenging myself to create a new normal and to create structure. And this really started for me months ago when I was in I was on a coaching call. I was the client. I was doing embodiment coaching and I tapped into the energy of my body, and my body was like, basically, we need to move more. Let's go join the gym. And it wasn't about joining the gym to lose weight, to be skinny, to be worthy of love, and blah, blah, blah. It wasn't about that at all. My body was communicating to me that you have no idea what I'm capable of. You truly have no idea of what I can do because you don't push me. You don't try. My body communicated to me that I was underestimating it. And so I said, okay, let's go to the gym. And you show me what you are able and capable to do. And naturally, my body blew my mind. And it was a choice for me to show up and stick to my routine. And I ended up finding like workout classes that I like, and that created structure for me because the class starts at this time, and either you're going to show up on time and get the full 45 minutes or an hour and you're going to enjoy yourself, or you're going to show up late, you're going to get less time, that's not as fun, or you're not going to show up at all, and then you're going to experience the disappointment of breaking an agreement that you made with yourself. We're having a conversation about integrity. And we're having a conversation about self-trust. We talked about this in the last episode. Self-trust is built when you tell yourself you're going to do something and you follow through with it, and it has a rippling effect. I told my body, okay, I'm going to take you to the gym. I'm going to do it consistently. I'm going to honor you in exchange for the way that you honor me, with the whole keeping me alive thing. I'm going to show up and I'm going to honor you, and I'm going to move in alignment with what you've communicated to me that you need. Fabulous. I honored that commitment. And because I'm the woman that when I make a promise to myself and I tell myself that I'm going to do something, I do it, I follow through. I trust myself when I'm looking at my other goals. When I tell you that I'm going to have a closet full of Maki Mock and Louboutin, I mean that. And it's very easy to believe that because this is who I am and this is what I do. Some of the clothes that I just ordered, one of the clothes that I just ordered came off of my Christmas list from last year. I really wanted this jean fucking dress. And I got the jean dress that I've been wanting since last year. Even though I did not get it when I wanted it, I still got what I wanted. I am telling the story and I am demonstrating to myself that when I want something, it's important to me, I show up for it and I make it happen. That's self-worth. So are you seeing how your self-worth and your self-confidence and your self-esteem, these things are really linked? Self-worth is when I understand that my desires are important to me and I move in alignment with that. Self-esteem is my belief in my ability to achieve my goals. So I want something. It's important to me that I get what I want. I'm going to take action to make that shit happen for me. And self-esteem, I'm going to believe in my ability to reach my goals. The more that I try, the more that I achieve, the more that I'll believe. And then the more that I'll achieve. So, okay. It started with my relationship with my body. It started with me going to the gym. It started with me building more confidence in my body's physical capabilities. Me going to the gym and me being able to be consistent, me being able to show up every single week is because it was not based in superficial vanity stuff. Even though I do have body goals, even though I'm very happy with my progress in that arena, it was never about, oh my God, I have to show up so I can be skinny. It was about, I made a promise and I made an agreement to my body to get stronger. I have something to prove to myself. To me, that's important. To me, that's power. So I make the agreement with my body. And then in the month of July, I make an agreement with my business. I make another agreement with my mindset because I know from previous experience that when I show up every single day and I do the uncovering and I do the debunking, I do the expanding of my mindset, I do the empowering, I do the scripting, I tap into the vibration of my desire, I practice telling the new story, I practice living in the end. I know that when I do that shit at least once a day, I get tremendous results. I had just fallen off the wagon. I neglected myself. And my physical reality reflected that. So this year, I've been telling the story, I'm not supported, I'm not supported, I'm not supported, I'm not supported. The world doesn't show up for me. Surprise, surprise. Imagine how I felt when we got to the end of the Scooby-Doo episode and they took the mask off the monster that's been wreaking havoc on my finances and my life and my business. And it was me under the mask? And two, Brutus? Literally, not you, anybody but you. But it was me. Are you understanding what I'm saying? I want to be supported in the world, so what do I need to do? I need to create structure and routine that supports me. When I am supporting me, the world shows up and supports me. When I neglect me, the world neglects me. And of course, these things are super duper nuanced, but that's the long and the short of it. I'm telling the story, I'm going to be abandoned. I'm going to be abandoned. The world isn't going to show up for me. First of all, that's not true. You're never going to be in an experience where the world isn't showing up for you as long as you're showing up for yourself. Remember, your physical reality is neutral. Money is neutral. Your audience on social media is neutral. The world is neutral. That means the world is not out to get you. Yes, we know that systemic oppression exists, and also we know that we live in a vibrational reality that operates based in the law of attraction. That means my dominant vibration is going to manifest in my physical reality. Fortunately, systemic oppression cannot fuck with my dominant vibration unless I let it, unless I allow it. Systemic oppression, though it sucks, to say the least, though I hate it, systemic oppression in and of itself is not enough to keep me down. We know this because if systemic oppression in and of itself was enough, then Harriet Tubman would not have done what she did. And Reverend Shuttlesworth and Martin Luther King and the amazing civil rights leaders and Angela Davis would not have been able to do what they did. Systemic oppression in and of itself is not the end all be all, is not the only thing that's deciding whether or not you get to succeed. You do have a say. You do have power. So I'm realizing, I'm sitting here going, what if the world is going to abandon me? People are going to stop showing up, blah, 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 blah. And I'm realizing people will never stop showing up unless I stop showing up. And by me not showing up, I mean, sure, me not posting, but I also mean me not doing my mindset work. Me not being the leader of my mind. Was I thinking the worst thoughts that I've ever thought in the world? No. My mindset in 2025 was still better than my mindset in 2019. I wasn't terrified that I was going to get thrown in jail for tax evasion at any point this year, Like, things are better. But was I being the leader of my mind? Was I doing everything that I know to do? Was I showing up for myself? Committed to my emotional safety and security and well-being? Well, no, I wasn't. So when I have an experience in the world where the people don't buy, the money doesn't show up, when you have the experience in the world where you lose the job or you lose the client or you're posting online and the people aren't liking or the people aren't buying, they're not sending you the DMs. Take a minute, sit with yourself, reflect on that, and ask, how am I not showing up for me? Maybe it is that you're not posting. Or maybe it is that you're not doing the journaling work. Maybe it is that you're not doing the energy shifting work. Maybe you need to be doing more meditating. Maybe you need to be EFT tapping. I don't know what it is for you. There's a million different ways to skin the cat and to get where you are. But the point is that I'm recognizing that there's power in structure. There's power in structure. And I communicate to myself that I'm taking myself seriously when I create structure and I create routine. When I'm not sending out emails to my list every single week, I'm communicating, none of these are hot leads. Nobody in this email list is going to buy my shit anyway. Nobody on this email list is going to buy my courses, so why even bother sending them a message telling them about my work? Why even bother warming up and nurturing these leads? Why even bother putting in the work to create a new free offer and to create a funnel into my courses and programs so that they can be selling evergreen all day, every day, 24/7? Why even bother? It's not going to work anyway. I've had this defeatist attitude. And the defeatist attitude in and of itself isn't the problem. It's how you respond. I've been underestimating myself. I haven't pushed myself. I was afraid of burnout. Earlier on in my career, I experienced a lot of burnout. In 2019, when I was doing a whole bunch of personal readings and I was doing a reading for $25 and then the reading would be an hour long. Oh my fucking goodness. That was insane. I was tired. I was exhausted. I also didn't have a supportive mindset. Do you know how shitty it feels to do work? You feel nervous that it's not going to be good enough. And so you're over giving and you're recording for an hour and you're teaching and you're pouring your heart and your soul. And then you send it to someone and they watch it and they don't even tell you if it's good or if it resonated. Oh my fucking goodness. So I'm not the leader of my mind. I'm not feeling good enough. I'm feeling low self-esteem. I'm scared that I'm not going to make it. I'm scared that I'm not going to be able to get ahead. I'm scared that I'm not going to succeed. I'm scared that my business is going to fail and more sales aren't going to come in. Of course I was having a terrible time. Of course I was experiencing burnout because I was not only working hard, but I also didn't have a supportive mindset. I didn't have boundaries. I didn't have structure. I didn't have an experience of, okay, I do readings, I do personal readings every single day from this time to this time. I wasn't having an experience where I was creating a structure using my online scheduler that says, okay, I'm only going to do a maximum of 2 readings a day, or 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever. Excuse me, my epiglottis just malfunctioned a little bit. I didn't create that structure and support. So I got overwhelmed, and then I got overwhelmed, and I got overwhelmed, and I got burnout. And then I just wanted to do less and less and less and less. I'm not telling you that you need to create an experience or a structure where I turned the volume of my microphone down, by the way, because this shit it takes up so much space. It's so high quality and lovely, but it takes up so much space. So hopefully you can fucking hear me. And if you can't, fuck it. The episode's almost over. So, okay. Where was I in my story? Damn it. That was a really good point. Okay, fuck it. Drop it. We'll come back to it. Structure. You want to create structure? Oh, there it is. It's not about being hyper masculine and creating a routine that you absolutely fucking hate and cannot stand. But it is about creating accountability. Creating accountability. Not accountability of somebody else. You can't make another person do anything. And also, why the hell do you want to be a grown woman that has to have somebody else telling you what to fucking do? Who the fuck wants that? Are you grown or are you not? Are you an adult or are you not? You need somebody else to tell you to show up for yourself and show up for your dream? Being the leader of your mind, it's so important for you to create structure, to create a system, to create a routine where you're showing up for yourself every single day without fail. Mind you, this past Tuesday, I ended up doing like 2 kind of intense workouts back to back. I was super exhausted. Wednesday, I slept the entire day, so I didn't post. But Thursday early morning, because I was up, because I slept all day Wednesday, I ended up doing like 2 readings back to back, 2 public readings back to back. And even though I was recording the readings super tired, even though I was recording the readings while feeling a bit exhausted, I was still recording the readings because that's what I told myself I would do. And when I got the idea to next week start incorporating more emails consistently being sent out to my email list, and then combining the email list sending with the posting I want to do on social media, and then combining the additional posting I want to do on social media with the sales funnels and everything that I'm creating and building on the back end, it started to feel overwhelming. And I recognized myself start to fall within myself and push back. And it was like this familiar voice and story in my head that was like, well, maybe we just won't do that much. Maybe, I don't think I want to do that. I don't really want to do that right now. That's my story. That's my story. That's my inner voice. No, I don't really feel like it right now. I don't really want to do it right now. I don't want to. So, no. And I just really had to check myself before I wreck myself any further. I recognized it wasn't about me not feeling like it. I recognized it was my own insecurity. And this is why I tell you all the time, you need to be able to identify how you feel, because your thoughts are liars. Sometimes you will have a specific thought in your brain that will lead you to believe it's one thing, like, I don't feel like it, but the underlying emotion and the underlying unsupportive belief that you have not yet discovered, what's going on in your subconscious mind is you're telling the story, I can't do that. I'm not good enough. I won't be able to figure it out. It'll be too much work. I'll be overwhelmed. I won't do a good job. So I should just not do anything. I should just quit before I start because I'm not going to win anyway. That's the story I'm telling. But the thought in my mind said, I don't really want to do that. That just doesn't feel good. I just feel resistant to that idea. No thanks. But as I've been getting into the habit of challenging myself, I've learned people can do hard things. This Tuesday, I went to the gym class. I accidentally went to spin class 2 weeks ago because I got the times mixed up. So I thought that my favorite class was happening at a specific time. I end up getting to the gym. Turns out I'm an hour early. I walk into the classroom because I'm like, what's going on? The light's not on. I don't see any of the normal people. But there is a class going on. It's a spin class and it's already started. People are there. They're on their bikes. The instructor is like, if you're just coming in, go ahead and grab your bike and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, ooh, oh my God, this is so awkward. And so I don't just want to leave. And also, I'm here. I don't just want to walk home. I don't want to do a different exercise. So I'm like, fuck it, let's do the spin class. So I do the spin class. It was a challenge. I was having some different stuff going on, just like physically in my body. So the class was challenging for me. And I did it and I made it through the class. And then after, I was talking with the instructor, who's a very nice man, and he basically was just like, oh yeah, are you going to take step after this? And I'm like, no, I'm tired. He's like, well, you should try to do both. You should challenge yourself. And also, are you going to come back next week? And I'm like, yeah, I'll come back again next week, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I'm going to hold you to it. And if you don't show up, then I'm going to bug you every week until you do. And I was like, please don't do that because I'm actually not a nice person. And if you get on my nerves, I will start cussing. But I understood that his heart was in the right place. And also, I'm a woman of my word. I have integrity. I tell you I'm going to be at the class again next week. Fine, I'll be at the class again next week. I did not know if I would be going a third week, but I agreed for the second week, so I go on the second week. Now, I had already decided I was going to do both of the classes back to back. So that's what I did. I went to the gym and then I did both classes back to back, which was kind of crazy. It was a lot of like leg working out, but also like full body working out and like all this stuff. So I did the class. I thought that I was going to be the most sore girl on planet Earth. I thought I was going to be so sore the next day that I was not going to be able to move. And here's my thing. The one rule that I have with my body and working out and my fitness journey is that I do not do extreme muscle soreness and fatigue. If I am working out and the workout is so intense that the next day I wake up and I don't want to move my body because everything just fucking hurts, hell no. Hell no. If the workout is going to put me in a position where I don't enjoy being alive and being in my own skin, I don't want it. That's my limit. I'm okay with some nice soreness. There's a certain kind of like sexy muscle soreness. You know what I mean? Like there's a certain level of muscle soreness, sexiness where you're like, yeah, I worked out some stuff. I got stronger. You know what I mean? Like the lactic acid is lactic aciding or whatever that process is that we all learned about in anatomy. You know what I mean? Like there's a certain level of like a soreness. You're like, yeah, like look at me, physically stronger. This is kind of hot. Hurts a little bit, but I'm okay. I'm surviving. You know what I mean? But that's it. I only do sexy soreness. I don't do, I'm so sore. I want to die. I can't move. Ow, ow, ow. It hurts when I step. Oh, I don't do that shit. Fuck that. Fuck no. Absolutely not. So anyway, I thought that I was going to be incredibly sore the day after the workout. I'm thinking I'm going to be so freaking sore. Oh my goodness. I'm a little bit scared to wake up. I actually wasn't that sore on Wednesday. And I actually woke up. I was more sore on Thursday or Wednesday evening. I don't even know. The soreness was interesting. The soreness did get a little bit more intense, but I never got as sore as I anticipated getting. And obviously, what that communicated to me is that, wow, my muscles are stronger and more capable of exerting more energy and being utilized than I anticipated. I did not know that my body wouldn't need more days of recovery. I didn't do my workout on Wednesday. I don't really. I will usually take a break in the middle of the week on Wednesday. So I wasn't really anticipating that, but I did end up going back to the gym for yoga on Thursday. And that was fabulous. It was more of like restorative yoga, but still, I got to the gym, I got steps in and all this stuff. So I learned something about my body. I learned, oh my God, I can do this thing. And we talked about this when I was talking to you guys about like doing planks in yoga. Doing the fucking downward dog and I think it's like dolphin pose and all of these different things is like strengthening my core and like all of this stuff. And I'm noticing my body being stronger. I was in the spin class, which is like spin and like working out and stuff. And we were doing planks and I was able to like hold these planks for a longer time than I think I've ever been able to really comfortably do a plank. You know what I mean? Like my body was not shaking in the way that I would anticipate it to be and all this stuff. So it's like having these moments where I push myself and I challenge myself and then I go, oh my God, I'm not dead. Oh my God, I did this thing. I didn't even know that I could do that. I didn't even know that that was possible for me. Oh my God. And then you have like confidence. So I haven't been pushing myself to do as much as I possibly can do. I have no idea what I can do in my business. I have no idea how I can show up. I have no idea how I can perform consistently. I have no idea how I can take these ideas and thoughts and turn them into reality. In terms of like my business and my business plans and business models and all of these other things that I'm building out, I recognized, oh my God, I've been underestimating myself so fucking bad. And I'm telling the story that the world doesn't show up for me. I'm not showing up for me. I'm telling the story that the world doesn't show up for me. I'm not showing up for me. I'm not showing up for this business. I've been learning a lot more as I've been growing and expanding my spiritual purpose and working more with saints, deities, goddesses, and other spirits, and just like expanding my own like spiritual court and like spiritual team. When you're working with a spirit, a goddess, a saint, and you are giving offerings, one of the spirits that I work with, she is considered to be a hot spirit, which means if you disrespect her, you are liable to really get fucked up. So the work that I do with her and the way that I approach her and the way that I show up for her, it's teaching me a lot about discipline. The way that I give to her and the way that I give offerings and the way that I make it a point to give more to her than I'm asking for and all of these things, just as a basic sign of respect and getting to know her and pouring into the relationship with her. I'm learning so much about discipline and showing up and being a woman of my word. Because if I promise and say that I'm going to give something to this goddess and I don't, then she's gonna be on my ass, you know what I mean? And I don't want that. And it's teaching me that I also want to be like that in my own life for me. I want to be my own goddess. My physical reality is the hot spirit. If I don't give to her, if I don't give to myself, if I don't give to my dreams, if I'm not devoted to me, I'm not going to receive my desires. I'm not going to get what I want. Shit's not going to work out very well for me. So I'm learning a lot about devotion, and I'm learning a lot about self-respect and how discipline and structure is really a reflection of self-respect and self-love. I'm going to show up every single day in my business. I'm going to move in alignment with the routine that I've created for myself because I respect my business and I respect my dreams. I respect my goals. I respect my vision. I respect myself. I honor myself. I honor my dream. I honor my vision. I honor what I need. I honor myself intellectually. I honor myself mentally. And I want to push myself to see what all can I do. What all can I achieve? What all can I make happen? Instead of being terrified and afraid that I'm going to hit a limit and I'm going to go, oh, I actually can't do all that I thought that I was going to do. I burnt out. So it means that I'm not capable of creating success. I'm not going to live out that story anymore. I'm not going to be that woman anymore. I'm not going to go down that route anymore. I'm going to be a creative problem solver. I'm going to be a solution-oriented woman. It's my responsibility to create systems that support me. It's my responsibility to create limits around the hours that I'm working or to create structures that help me in terms of my business and my emails. Like what I'm currently thinking of in my mind is that I will have a theme of the week, and on Monday we'll talk about this aspect of the theme, and Wednesday we'll talk about this aspect, and on Friday we'll talk about this, and it'll be some sort of before, middle, after, starting and talking about the problem, moving through debunking beliefs, and then coming out with the solution or something like that, so I can create a structure for myself that has a theme around it, and I can challenge myself to show up and schedule posts and do all of these different things. And maybe I draft all of my emails for the following week on the previous Friday. Maybe that's the rule that I have for myself. Maybe that's the story that I have for myself. And I create that accountability where I just don't take no for an answer from myself. Oh, you waited all day, you kept putting off doing the reading, and now you're feeling tired and you just want to go to bed? Unfortunately, you do still have to go live. And if you go live and the quality of your live isn't as good as you'd like for it to be, because you were really, really tired and weren't able to hear the spirit super clearly, then you're going to have to live with that disappointment. And maybe tomorrow you're going to get up and you're going to do that live earlier in the day. Reparenting yourself, letting yourself experience the natural consequences of your choices. I have yoga tomorrow morning. I'm going to yoga no matter what. It's currently 3:00 in the morning. After I finish recording this episode, I'm going to finish my scripting. I'm going to take a shower. I really need to do a facial, so I'm going to do that too. And then I'm going to go to sleep. No matter what, I'm getting my ass up and I'm doing yoga. And if I'm super tired at yoga, then oh well. Maybe next week I will go to bed earlier. Maybe next week I will not put off the things that I have to do until later on in the evening. I create structure for myself, and I let myself experience the negative consequences of not following through with my word. And that's the best incentive, because I care about myself and I care about how I feel and I care about me reaching my goals. And it also is creating self-respect and self-trust. I know that if I say we're doing laundry today, laundry is getting done today no matter what. I know that if I say that we're going to the gym today, the gym will be attended no matter what. I know that if I say we're going to do our money mindset work and we're going to journal today, the journaling will get done no matter what. And did I have a day this week where I didn't go live? Yeah. But then I doubled up the next day. It's not about creating a structure for yourself and punishing yourself and beating yourself up and all of that shit. It's not about that. It's about challenging yourself. And a part of challenging yourself is understanding you're gonna fail at some point. That's okay. That's a part of it. You get up, you try again, and you get stronger over time. That's how you build self-esteem. I have a whole course on it. I suggest you check it out, especially if this episode resonated with you. The I Can and I Should course, it's my self-esteem boosting course. It teaches you how to develop a new relationship with failure so that you can stop being afraid of failure and you can actually take chances and you can actually create a supportive mindset that will help you believe in your ability to achieve your goal. And as a consequence, you will achieve your goal. It's an amazing program. I highly recommend that you check it out. You can learn more about it, get information on all of the modules, and enroll and get instant access to the entire program by clicking the link in the show notes or the description if you are watching on YouTube. I love you so much. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll talk to you again next week on Monday.